Hey, hi there. You got some space in there. As you can hear, rain is really pouring, and I'd rather not get my fur wet. Um, yeah. Okay, Kate. Let me just scooch on over. Oh, hi there. I haven't really ever seen you before. I've seen a lot of different people in this part of the forest, but not you. Um, Yeah, I mean, most of the people around here are pretty recognizable. You know, even if it's a forest, you still see the occasional weird species like, you know, protogens and whatnot. Actually, admittedly, there's a lot of protogens around here. I don't know why actually, but hey, they're pretty cool. So I'm not complaining. I mean, there's tons of foxes and cats, dogs, a couple of birds. It's It's pretty a wide variety of species in this forest. Yeah, pretty cool. Even occasional, a couple of hybrids. You know, yeah. You're only quiet. Thought you would have said something by now. Yeah, usually I'm the one that's usually quiet. Occasionally, I'll be in these scenarios where I'll just just walk up to somebody, but then they'll just start talking, and I just kind of nod and let them just yap away. It's kind of odd. Actually, now that I think about it, that's what you're doing. Oh, I just realized you're literally in my position. You're listening. Huh. So this is what it feels like. This is pretty odd, but well, I guess I've been in this situation enough that I should be able to piece together what to say. Normally I'm just listening, but I guess I'm talking now. Um, I yeah, I guess you must be a pretty shy creature if you're managing to outshine me. Or maybe I'm just feeling talkative now. Yeah, that isn't exactly bad. It's nice talking to people. Well, it'll be nice now, but you're not exactly saying anything back. This is gonna be weird. Well, I guess we can start off with some introductions. One-sided introductions, but introductions no less. Um, my name is Kwaire, but you can also call me Claire. I flip-flop between the two on occasion. Usually Claire for more human folk and Kwaire for the more furry folk from around here. It's yeah, not too hard to distinguish, but it's a fun name. Um, yeah. What about you? Hmm. Yeah, I'm not too surprised that I'm not getting a response. I guess I'll just call you Cutie then. That's what most people tend to call me. Or Ploof, Fluffersnoot on occasion. Yeah. Well, let's see what I can do. You know, practice makes perfect, so I guess I'll just keep yapping away. Let's see if I got this. Yeah, I guess you probably don't know what I am. I mean, most people probably don't. Not many amphimorphos in this part of the forest, or I guess tuxedo dragons. We're a pretty rare species. I mean, I didn't even know about it until one bit me. Yeah, I always wasn't like this. I used to be human, and one of these things just kind of spotted me and bit me, and well, now I'm this. It's not bad actually. I mean, I get to be a shapeshifter. Not many people are shapeshifters. Yep. Well, sometimes you might spot me as something different, but I usually like staying in this form. It's pretty nice. There's a couple other forms I like occasionally being in. I have this one bunny form that I like. It's pretty small, kind of compact. Yeah, you might see it at some point. Who knows? This rain is pretty nice, you know? We might, we might be slowly losing conversation topics, but at least we have this rain. I really like the rain. It's always so relaxing. It's probably like the weather that I like the most, mostly because I come from somewhere that is very tropical, so I never really had snow, so I don't really have like a strong association with it. Um, I mean, I think I would like it. I tend to prefer the cold, even though I was born somewhere pretty hot. I always like the cold. It feels nice. I mean, I'd rather be cold than just damp and sweaty, you know? It's, it's nice. There's just something relaxing about the rain. Even thunderstorms are pretty relaxing. Oh, I guess I'm just used to it. I'm kind of used to loud noises. I know back in the day I would fall asleep in school even when the classrooms were as loud as possible. I still would sleep. Well, I guess I could talk about how I even got here. You know, how I ended up associated with this forest full of helpful creatures. You know, of all types. I ended up here because well, a friend of mine a few years back kept ending up in these weird situations similar to this one. Though his whole thing was with yandere stuff. Very frightening, and sometimes that would lead to weird situations. But it was kind of funny. He always talked about it, and I always kind of made fun of it. But eventually, I heard about this place, and it kind of reminded me of what he always talked about, and I thought, you know what, I'll go check it out. So I looked around, and I eventually met this deer Tanuki hybrid, and it was really nice. It was the best sleep I've had in my life. You know, one of those sleeps where you just wake up just tangled in blankets, like you were like reborn, just completely refreshed. It was like that. Well, oddly enough, even though I had that really nice experience, I didn't stick around at first. I only stuck around after like some time. I had a really bad like experience, and I just wanted to get away from everything. It was a stupid time in my life, but I kind of felt lonely and decided to come back here. I like went back to where she was, but then I decided to look around some more, and I met a lot of different people. Ended up in a lot of one-sided conversations, but it was nice. And eventually I realized that I kind of wanted to do that myself. I mean, in this scenario that we're in, it's kind of weird, but let's just keep playing along. And I don't know, I guess I just kept practicing, and so we're here. I guess my reasoning kind of got like stronger once she left. Went after a friend, and well, if you know what I'm talking about, then you would know that it's not the kind of leaving where you come back. And well, I wanted to make other people feel as happy as she did. So I decided that I wanted to do this. Even if it's hard, and trust me, like, I've been having struggle keeping up this conversation, but I wanna do it not just for her, but because this community is really nice, and I wanna contribute. I don't wanna be in the sidelines anymore. I've always kind of spent my life just watching far away, but this time, this time I wanna actually contribute. I wanna be here and maybe even make some friends. I don't know if that's gonna be easy. I have a hard time making new friends, but well, I'm talking to you now, so maybe that's not true anymore. I hope we can be friends. As silly as it is, especially when it's a one-sided conversation like this, but hey, you're still here, so I guess that's what matters. Thanks for being here. Even if you're not saying anything, it's nice. I thought this would be a lot harder, but I guess when you're just trying to entertain and be nice to other people, it just comes naturally. When that anxiety and stress goes away, it all just flows out. I know well, I guess it literally is rambling, so. uh, anything else? I guess I could talk to you about things that I like. Um, well, I really like drawing and writing, and I guess just creating in general. It's kind of my nature to create. I'm not really the type of creator to just spend all their day just working and working and then sleeping. I like just making things and making up stories in my head. And trust me, there's a lot of stories in my head. Hopefully one day I get to tell you them. But until now, they're still in development. Um, Once I'm confident in their quality, you'll see it. Like, I want I want these stories to become real. It's pretty much like my main goal in life. I'm trying to add more stuff like this. Be a bit more social. Um, yeah, but I do wanna practice more writing and drawing, and I also wanna make some games. A lot of the stories in my head, I think those stories I think will work a lot better as games. So I eventually have to figure that out. But even if it's hard, that hasn't stopped me before. I mean, this was pretty hard, and now it feels a bit easier. So yeah. Um. Well, don't have too many other. Well, I mean, I like playing games, but I don't know. That's pretty common in this community, and I haven't been playing too many games as of late. I don't really have that kind of like money to be constantly getting new games. So I just have to like save up, and I also don't have like a really good PC or even like a PS5. Admittedly, the PS5 doesn't have that many like actual like good games that are exclusive to make me wanna like save for one. And especially that new like PS5 Pro, like jeez, it's quite the price. Yeah. But the games that I do play, I enjoy them. I wish I had like better avenues of playing them in. Like I really like playing Voices of the Void, but this MacBook that I'm using for this, like it is not made for that. It is rough. Yeah, like I do not recommend playing games at like 10 FPS, especially horror games. But There's a friend of mine who might help me later get a better PC, so hey, maybe you'll see the results of that. Huh. I guess while we were talking, the rain cleared up. Wow. I guess that means we should go our separate ways. I mean, we'll probably see each other again. In the meantime, I hope you enjoy your time in this forest. Even if you don't see me around that much, I hope you at least spend time with some of the others. Uh, this was fun, but let's stop pretending for a minute and be serious for a little bit. Um, I hope you enjoyed this audio. I don't know if this audio will even survive like the cutting room floor because it definitely wasn't one take. I had to probably cut out a lot of the parts of me just laughing at the weird stuff that I was saying. I just kind of randomly decided, let's just make this a role play because the whole concept of me acknowledging the listener character and being like, oh yeah, I was in that situation too was kind of funny to me. But then I had to like somehow still incorporate the other introduction elements, like the whole how I got into ASMR and whatnot. I don't know if that ended up good, but that's, I guess, up to you and if I even did a good job with the whole editing part. At least I can say that I like the visuals that I did, and when I do another ramble, it'll probably be a bit better because it will be a ramble about probably something in particular, or maybe like a story or something. This general ramble thing wasn't the best way to start this off, but kind of was the only way to start this off. I mean, I could have probably just done like a generic roleplay, but I don't know. I wanted something traditional, something like how a lot of other people do, and I'm very extra with these things, so like, I wanted it to be good. Like, it's funny because I did like look and like checked a lot of like other ASMR artists' first audios, and they were a good portion of them were pretty amateur. Like it's clearly their first audio. I think that really the only audio that I saw. I mean, like there was like Mixie. I don't. How did I forget that? Like Mixie's first audio was pretty good. Like that whole like the whole comfort and loving the story or whatever. I really like the version that's like all edited together. That's I enjoy that. I wish he did more of those like more casual role plays. The current stuff is fine, but I always have like a spot in my heart for like that little series. I think one other ASM artist that just really had like a good beginning is B, the cat boy. I went back and checked his first like audio, and it's also really good. He's very good at that. I I don't know how hard it is to make that kind of stuff. I haven't like done like a role play like that yet, but he seems pretty good at it. He was also like everywhere. Like every time I like look at someone's like audio and then I look in the comments, he's always there, always watching, always yawning. That man really loves to yawn. I do not know if I could like do that many meals. I'm also extremely self-conscious, and I'm recording this with someone sleeping in a different room, and I am horrified if they wake up and hear me doing this shit. Like, I like doing this, but you know the terror, especially with some of the audios I've seen. I do not know if I could like do some of those on my own. Like that is probably like a later point in my life when I have a setup that is more private. But as of now, this is what you're getting. Uh, I think it's about time we put a end to this video. And I think I have a pretty good idea how. Well, if you're sleeping to this, then sweet dreams. And if you heard just doing something, working, and you needed a distraction, and you found this video, then good luck with whatever you're doing. As someone who's had those kind of rough days when you need a distraction, trust me when I say that I'm being very genuine with when I say good luck. Uh, Nevertheless, this is the end. My good boys, my good girls, and my good flows. See you next time.